Hello, everybody. My name is Tyler here on TGameNTech, back with the second episode of the podcast that doesn't have a name. And we're going to do a couple housekeeping items before we get into the actual podcast. I know in the first episode I said that this was going to be a regular podcast, like on a daily basis, Monday through Friday, but I decided to change that up. Actually, it's going to be from Monday, actually not from, it's going to be on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I might live stream them. We have a couple viewers right now. We have the Social Blade chat that should be watching. Hopefully it's working on their end. And we have people on the YouTube channel watching. Somebody just asked when is the iPad giveaway, and that ends at the end of March. And we have people on YouTube watching, so we might be talking to them, answering some of their questions in the podcast, give it a more of a user feel. Maybe we can take some questions at the end. So yeah, still don't have a name. I really don't like the daily feed anymore since this isn't going to be daily. It's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you guys have any suggestions for the name, comment down below. Let me know. I'm open to all kinds of suggestions. I'm pretty open about it right now. This is going to be a tech/YouTube theme podcast and maybe some gaming if we find some gaming news. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say in terms of housekeeping. And so if we go... Let's make Google Keep its own tab. That way we can actually look at the YouTube stream and see how people are managing. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about today is Android app support. Okay, I have a Galaxy S3. Here it is. I think it's a great phone. And one thing that really frustrates me is that it doesn't get the app support that it deserves. Now you might be saying, well, Android has a ton of app support. Sometimes Android gets apps before iOS does, and that's actually true in the case of Google Keep, but I mean, Google owns Android, so of course they're going to put Google Keep on Android before iOS. But what I'm talking about is stuff like Vine. Vine is for iOS only at the moment, and that bugs me. Like, what, do developers not see Android as a legitimate software platform, or like is it harder to develop for Android? I don't know. I'm not a software designer or programmer, whatever you want to call that. But Vine's been out for over a month now, probably 2 months, maybe 3, and it still doesn't exist. Okay, I'm going to search right now. It still does not exist on the Android platform, and I think this is ridiculous. Vine. I'm going to search Vine, VineTube, Vine Videos Viewer. I don't want an app to view videos from Vine. I want an app to actually do vines. Like, what do you call it? Swinging, vining? I mean, I don't even know what it's called. But it's super frustrating. And in chat, they're saying, yes, iOS, it does have Beast app support. That's one of iOS's huge strengths, is that they have great app support. And I just don't know why. Twitter now owns Vine. Okay, and then there's plenty of Twitter clients. There's a Twitter app from Twitter for Android. And so now that Twitter owns Vine, why is there not an Android app? Twitter has the capability of putting people on the job and saying, you're making an Android app for Vine. Why isn't it done yet? This just gets me so frustrated, because I think Vine is an extremely interesting platform. I think it can be extremely useful, both in the business area and the non-business area and the YouTube area and just the average Joe just wanting to take Vines of their cat. And so we're missing out, and it's very frustrating. It really annoys me. And so this is my rant on Android app support. Why doesn't it exist? Does anybody know why it doesn't exist? Feel free to correct me and tell me that, I guess you can't really correct me because I'm just saying I'm mad that it doesn't exist. But if you know why it doesn't exist, let me know. I don't know why. Like, Vine has been out for months. Where's the Android version? And it's usually not this bad. It's usually not okay, maybe it is this bad. Usually there's not a couple months between an iOS app release and an Android app release. Usually they're relatively close together, if not at the same exact time. And now, at the beginning of Android's life, I could totally understand it. Android was clunky. It was not very good. It was very broken. And I wouldn't make app support. I wouldn't have app support for those apps either. But Android has come such a long way. It's just right up with iOS. I mean, it's a serious mobile platform. And Android users are smartphone users. I read an article, I can't even remember how or why somebody wrote this, that Android users are not smartphone users. Are you kidding me? Like, what do you consider an Android phone? It is a smartphone. And yeah, my rage mode is on. Actually, this isn't raging too bad. This is just a rant. It's just annoying. I just want Vine on my Galaxy S3. It's all I want. It's all I want. So I think I'm going to move on. I've talked about Android app support enough. I don't want to. I mean, there's only so much you can say. Just where's it at? Android's like, it's a serious place now, and why is there not app support? So let's see. Next we have up. Next we are going to be talking about Google Glass. And now, if you haven't heard about Google Glass is did you say is a pair or are a pair? Either way, Google Glass is a pair of glasses that has built-in Wi-Fi, camera, video mode, GPS, all kinds of cool stuff. Built in, it kind of like shows up in the top right-hand corner of the glasses. From what I can tell, I don't know, I haven't worn them yet, but they look extremely awesome. And now you can get a pair that are kind of like in beta for the developer preview or whatever you want to call it for like $1,500. And I'm not going to be paying that. I'm not paying $1,500 to try something beta. But somebody said, oh, it'll be $1,500 when it gets released. No, it's not. It's not going to be $1,500 whenever it gets released to the full public. It's going to be probably a lot cheaper, probably in the $500 range. I've read that in a lot of places. A lot of people have agreed that's a solid price amount. I think $500 is perfectly acceptable to ask for Google Glass. You're getting glasses, not just glasses, but you're getting a camera that can record nice video. I'm pretty sure the video they showed on YouTube was in 1080, so it can shoot 1080. It looks pretty decent. It can take pictures. It has a GPS. It has all kinds of cool stuff, GPS navigation, wireless. You can upload stuff straight from Google Glass, and it has Google Now built into it. And wow, okay, creaky chair. It has Google Now built into it, and I think it's going to be very revolutionizing. Is that a word? It's going to revolutionize the way we experience technology, because before it's like, okay, my technology, it's in my hand. I gotta pick it up. I gotta use it, set it back down. Even with like the Pebble smartphone watch, or it's really not like a smart watch. It just takes data from a smartphone, and it's like in e-ink, I think, something like the Kindle. Even that isn't like, I wouldn't consider that in the same league as Google Glass at all. Google Glass, you're going to be wearing it all the time, and you can actually get prescription Google Glass as well, like prescription lenses, and you can wear it all the time, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like integrated into your life. It's not like, okay, I got to take off my Google Glass. You can leave them on all the time. And I'm not sure what the battery life is going to be like on them. You probably have to recharge it every day if you use it constantly. But I think it's an awesome technology. I'm looking forward to it. You can search up on the web, Google Glass, all kinds of cool stuff. There's a video on it. I think Google uploaded it, just showing different things it can do. And they're kind of having it on track to be released at the end of this year. So I'm going to be picking them up. That's for sure. I'll be saving my dollars. I'm going to be picking up Google Glass, and I need to get a new chair. Okay, so Google Glass, that's all great stuff. And so next topic is, how tech savvy are you? Or would you even be interested in something like Google Glass? Or is that completely like, I'm not even going to touch it? Obviously I have a tech channel. I'm going to be tech savvy. I'm going to know stuff about technology. Family members often come to me like, hey, the wireless is giving me problems. Hey, my laptop's giving me problems. Hey, I have all these kinds of problems. And no, I don't think Google Glass is going to make us all fat like in the movie Wall-E, but that's pretty funny. But are you the tech savvy person in your family? Like, or is everybody becoming tech savvy? Like, obviously not everybody, because there's like a huge generation gap between like my grandparents and even like my aunts and uncles and me and people that I'm with. Even like the people like that are in my generation still, some of them don't understand it, which is fine. But they don't get it. They're like, I don't want to deal with the whole technology thing. You deal with it. It's too fast paced for me. I'm old fashioned. I like reading my newspaper. I don't want to read Flipboard. And so I see that. I see both sides of it. But I also see older generations who are like, hey, I love technology. Give me an iPad. I'll enjoy an iPad. But I think the general idea out there is that older generations really don't like technology. They see it as almost like a negative thing, like it's bad, like technology's bad. You shouldn't be doing things like this. You should be reading the actual newspaper instead of reading an article on Flipboard. And to that, I'd say, yeah, the newspaper still like the newspaper's like local stuff, and you're not going to get that kind of stuff on Flipboard. But Flipboard, stuff like that can like open you up to so much more. Like you can see news from around the world, different subjects, and I think that technology to the older generations, to even people in my generation and just other people who just don't know about it, it just gets a bad reputation. And people just say, oh, we don't want technology, that's bad. But that's kind of really not the topic of being tech savvy. But are you tech savvy? I'm obviously the tech savvy person in my family. I take care of all the issues. I had to reset the router this morning because mom's laptop wasn't working right with it. Installing stuff on people's computers, changing passwords on the router, buying the router for the church, installing that. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I'm like the family tech person, the family geek. And so are you the family geek? And if you are, good job, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes it can be very taxing and very stressful and very frustrating because something you think is extremely easy, and it's like, don't you understand? Other people don't understand because they're not so immersed in the technology like we are. And yeah, I mean, it's just how it goes, I guess. So how far are we in? We're 11 minutes in. Let's just keep going with some things. I have one more thing I think I want to talk about, and this is going to be YouTube related in general. The cool technology things are over with. We talked about Android app support, Google Glass, and being technological savvy. I can't even say the word technological. There we go. And so this is going to be a little section about YouTube in general. And so recently this video got released. It's about, what's her name? I had it open right here. Michelle Clark, the Kabuya lady. This is from a news report, go figure, of this lady after a hailstorm. She responds to a hailstorm, and she's saying, oh, it was the size of quarters, and it was like Kabuya. And I watch it, and I'm thinking this is totally like either set up or the news people are more concerned about entertainment than actual news. If you've seen Sweet Ann Brown, she says, there was the one where she's like, I thought somebody was cooking something. She's like, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. And then she said she started praying and stuff, and then she didn't even have time. She was running out of her house, and she's like, that smoke gave me bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. And that turned into a sensation. It turned into memes, and it turned into all kinds of stuff. And I'm looking at this Kabuya lady, and I'm thinking, this is Sweet Brown all over again. She's like, oh, the hail was the size of a quarter, a silver dollar, and it was like Kabuya, like falling into the house. And it's like, I think this is just a copycat. Maybe she's not trying to be a copycat. Maybe she's never seen the Sweet Ann Brown video, but the news teams have. And I think what they're trying to do is these news teams are trying to get, like, I guess, viral. That's not the point of a news team. Honestly, you should be reporting on news, not on trying to make people viral on YouTube. But people are calling Michelle Clark the next Sweet Ann Brown. Her name's not even Sweet Ann Brown. Where am I getting Ann from? Is her name Ann? It's called Sweet Brown. I don't know. Maybe her name is Ann. I don't even know. But this whole viral video thing, like these news, like, what are you doing? Report on some actual news, not on people you're trying to make like famous, I guess. I don't even know what they're trying to do. But like a video like this, it has this one that I'm watching, Fem Boss News. I don't know if it's the official upload. It has 240,000 views. I thought there was an upload that had more than that. But people are already asking, oh, where's the auto-tune version? Where's the Songify song? And I just look at this kind of stuff, and part of it, it's like, this is YouTube, this is funny. But part of it's just like so frustrating because you have people doing YouTube like me, others that I've seen put out great quality content, trying to like get out there, trying to get our name out there, and we can't. But stuff like this is like instant popularity, and it's like it kind of shows you where the mindset of YouTube is. It's like we just want to be, this isn't like a shot at people. It's like I want to be immature and watch people saying funny things. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with watching this video, but it's like we'd rather watch a silly news reporter than an actual video. And this might just be my personal bias, since I have a YouTube channel, but it gets annoying. It honestly does. I'm tired of seeing like these. I can't stand the Harlem Shake. I think it's the stupidest thing that's ever been done on the planet. I think people are rather desperate if they make a video trying to get their channel viral through the Harlem Shake, because you're not getting viral by your own ability. You're getting viral by a fad. Nothing you do is making you viral. It's the tag Harlem Shake that's making you viral. And so that's one reason I didn't do it, because I wouldn't even be me getting myself popular through my own work. It'd be me just mooching off the popularity of, this video. At least for this channel, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I entertained the thought for about 1 second on my vlog channel, since that channel is just completely random and I do random things. But like for this channel, never. I'd never do it for this channel. And just stuff like the Harlem Shake. This, even like Sweet Brown, it's like, these are viral videos. Like, part of me is like, why can't I think of something like this? Like, why can't I just go out and shoot something that's viral and get like instantly popular? But I mean, I don't know. That's my another rant. I'm ranting again about it. Hate the Harlem Shake. Thank you as well for hating the Harlem Shake. It's just ridiculous. I think the Harlem Shake fad's over though. It lived its month of YouTube. People are already on to the next thing, whatever that is, and maybe I can get that and be the next thing. And so I doubt that though. But I think it's gonna wrap up the YouTube section of this, and so we're gonna open it up to any comments or questions anybody has. I haven't seen anything in the Social Blade chat room. Granted, there's only 19 people in here. Let me go take a look. Sonic sees a TGameNTech above the chat. Okay, that's funny. But yeah, no questions are in the Social Blade chat. Honestly, there's only 19 people in there, so Social Blade chat's not too busy at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. And so let's go back to the YouTube channel. Thoughts on PAX? I wish I could go, because PAX, what is it, PAX East? I guess it was in Orlando. I'd love to go to something like that. VidCon, PAX, Playlist Live. Playlist Live was in Orlando. I don't know where PAX was at, but MC Gamer I saw was going to PAX. And speaking of that, I want to do a little segment on the podcast where I tell you guys what I'm watching, who I'm watching on YouTube, what I've been watching lately, stuff like that, to give some people some shout outs that they deserve and stuff like that. So I'll remember to do that in the next one. I'm actually going to put that in my Google Keep right now. Oh wow, we're failing right now in Google Keep. Google Keep for iOS is slightly more clunky than the iOS version. Yeah, right. The Android version. Okay, we got that. Eurogamer, I've never heard of Eurogamer, but yeah, I'd love to go to something like PAX or Playlist Live or VidCon. What's the one? CES for the technology, E3, anything like that. And eventually I will get to some of that sometimes, like Vlogger Fair. It's out in Seattle. I'm not going to fly out to Seattle. But stuff on the East Coast, I mean, that'd be relatively easier to get to, cheaper to get to. I love to do that kind of stuff. Maybe next year. The channel is really just starting to gather steam and growing and getting bigger and bigger. And so maybe next year we could do some of that stuff, go to some YouTube meetups and meet some people, network with some people and have a good time. And yeah, going to stuff like that would be awesome. And some people say, Playlist Live and VidCon aren't as cracked up as they are. It's not like, if you go and meet up with people that you already know, it's a lot more fun than going and just being by yourself, which I completely agree. Like, I wouldn't want to go to VidCon or Playlist or PAX and not know anybody and just be like, I'm T-Gaming. I'm Tyler from TGameNTech and Player Select Gaming. Who are you? Like, it'd be better to know people to go to something like that. And what is up, Alex Fenton? You missed the whole podcast. This is the end. This is the question and answer. And so, if anybody else has any questions, we can gladly answer them. I might do this on every podcast. We'll see how it goes. A little question and answer session, like 5 or so minutes long. Just, answering some questions that people have on the YouTubes. I think I have a tweet somewhere. I think I got a Twitter tweet because I saw my iPad go off. Oh, somebody liked the TGameNTech live stream. Why, thank you for liking that. And thank you for the tweets, Dumb Pansy Gaming, saying, come check out my live stream. And so, if nobody else has any questions, we're going to wrap this up. And yeah, I would like to have a big following to do a meetup. But we're going to wrap this podcast up. This has been the second podcast in the TGameNTech podcast that does not have a name, but it could have a name if you could suggest it down below, and you could be the lucky winner to have your name picked, even though you wouldn't really win anything. And regarding Marley, you're watching me, TGameNTech, doing my podcast thing that I am doing on a probably regular basis 3 times a week. And if you don't want to watch it, you can always just press pause. But maybe some people are enjoying watching it because I see 6 viewers, so at least somebody's watching it. But yeah, it's going to wrap up this podcast. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. This is available hopefully on iTunes soon enough. This also will be available for download on my website, TGameNTech. I'll post a link to it later where you can download it, put it on wherever you want. This also will be what's this called? YouTube. This will also be up on YouTube from a different angle later today. This is from the webcam. It will be up from a different angle later. And so I think that's all I have to say. Check me out on all my social links. They're all in the description below of other videos, not this video. This video will be taken down, and the other one will be up later. And I'm rambling on and on, so let's end this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.